guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to make a Caesar salad from scratch. Because a bunch of you, when I made my video, asked me, oh, but what did you put in the Caesar sauce? I'm going to show you. Thank you for making that suggestion, by the way. So, how are we going to get started? First, the most important things. You need a whisk. This is a balloon whisk. And then you need a bowl. Those are the most important things that you need. And a spatula does not hurt. So, let's get started. I'm going to keep this right next to me because I'm going to be throwing stuff in here. The most important thing that you need to do is make the emulsification. As soon as you got that, you're good to go. But don't worry, I'm going to show you what that actually means. So, start out with some garlic. By the way, this is a classic recipe. Normally it has oregano. I did a big boo-boo. I forgot to buy oregano. So when I add in the basil and the oregano part, in quotation, air marks, you're supposed to add in oregano as well. So, everything I'm doing in here could be adjusted to some degree. Would I like you to adjust it? I'm not sure. But for example, let's say you don't really hate anchovies for some reason. I mean, you don't have to put it in. I'm also going to be putting in the anchovies as is whole, as well as the liquid. So example, if you don't mind it, but like don't like it too much, you don't need to put in the actual liquid as well, things like that. So you could adjust it. So I'm just going to mince some garlic, because that is, for me, very importanto when it comes to Caesars. And again, I'm trying to go as fast as I can, because, you know, I know you guys want to kind of see my pretty face while I cook, but I mean, I don't want a 30-minute long video on how to make fucking Caesar salad. Sorry, shouldn't have sworn. But yeah, okay, that's done. You want it to be kind of minced, because you don't want big chunks of garlic, unless you like that. Okay, that's done. That's good enough for me. But I mean, if you want it to be a little bit more minced, you can. Next step is the capers. I took the liberty of already taking caper juice, as so. So, when you're doing it at home, put a little bit of juice on the side. You need that as well for the recipe. And this is kind of the same thing. You're just kind of mincing it. You don't want gigantic chunks, unless you like that. But keep in mind, if you're doing the recipe a la minute kind of thing, you want to keep some capers on the sides for as decoration. That was very nice. At the hotel, we used to do that as well. We put capers in the actual stuff, the liquids, and then we put some right on top. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the smearing method that I should have done for the garlic, but I didn't. So, going like this. You're kind of like pressing it down and you're forcing it down. I can't do it right now. It's not fine enough. But it does make it easier to cut once you press down a little bit. And the least amount of liquid that's actually on the capers, the easier it'll be to cut. If it's like drenched in the juice, it's going to be a lot harder to cut. I can just tell you that right away. And now I have like hyper speed, and the camera can't keep up with that hyper speed. Okay, so that's done. It's pretty good. It's pretty minced on the side. So some elements are coming in after the emulsification, and some are coming before. A lot of the solids are coming afterwards, and I'm going to explain why in a bit. So these are the beautiful anchovies that I love. And you see it's a little bit still liquidy, but these are going to want to take a little bit of care. Cut them smaller because, yeah, I mean, even I love anchovies and I don't want gigantic chunks. Oh yeah, that smells so freaking good. I really miss this aspect of working at the hotel. Just like, I made it every few days. And I love making the Caesar. It's getting there. It's getting there. You ideally want a paste, but like, just pushing it down like this. You're being very careful with the knife. And when you're pressing it down, you see it kind of like flattens out and it kind of makes like a kind of paste. I actually don't know if you guys see that or not, but it is. So you're pushing down like this, and then at the end you're kind of like trying to push. But be very careful with your knife, because look, see my finger's touching, but I'm like one with the knife, so like I never get cut. You guys, however, don't take these chances. Like, when I mean I never get cut, I mean literally I never get cut. Like, it's the last time I got cut by a knife was usually it happens on accident when I'm putting the knife away, rather than when I'm actually using it, which is the case for a lot of people, I guess. At least professional people. Okay, so now I'm gonna take all these little friends, put them on the side. I'm just gonna take a quick rinse of my knife before I get started. And I'm pretty sure this part of the experiment is done. Just also, that's important for the recipe. This is lemons that I already zested. And this is the lemon juice that came from the lemons that I squeezed. I did 3. It's way overkill. You do not need that many. I showed you that much. I'm not going to be using that much. Just keep that in mind, because I don't want you to have like the most lemony Caesar salad you've ever had in your life. But yeah. You're going to also need some Worcestershire. Also very important. So what I'm going to be doing now, well, after I reload the music, this is an egg. What came first, the chicken, the egg, or the chosen legacy? No, but like, you're cracking your egg, and you're basically separating the white from the yolk, and we want just the yolk. So, in an ideal universe, you're keeping the whites. So I will be also keeping the whites. And you're kind of just doing this. You're keeping your fingers slightly spread open, and you're kind of wiggling it. And you want to remove as much of that white as possible. You can't see, but I put it in my bowl, because I will be needing it very soon. I don't recommend you actually throwing any salt anywhere close to the Caesar salad, only because you're putting anchovies. Anchovies by nature are salty, so you don't want to put salt on salt. At the same time, your capers are a bit like acidic salty. It is by nature a saltier dressing, so just keep that in mind when you're doing it. There you go. I removed almost all the white. Threw it in my bowl. Now this, you then could use for a meringue, or you could use for an egg white omelet, or any number of crazy options. I'm going to wash my hands very quick, because I'm very eggy, and I don't like that. Where is my rag of justice that I have here? Alright, so now I should be about close to ready. So, I'm going to push this camera back, and it's kind of, I'll be honest, it's going to be kind of a useless camera here. Super sorry. What I could do, I could kind of place it here, and you're just going to see me from 2 different angles. Wait, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yeah! See me twice! Okay, so basically, this is what's going to happen. Emulsification process is the process of things binding together. It's the most important part of any kind of sauce, whether it's a mother sauce, derivative. If it's a sauce, you have to bind it. If it separates, it's icky. You don't want that. Visually, it looks gross, and then, like, yeah, it's not good. So, what you're doing. Eggs are a good emulsifier. Lemons are as well. So you want a decent amount of lemon juice. You're then going to put a little bit of the caper juice. Not the whole thing. Keep that in mind. Be very careful. Now this is debatable to put the actual anchovy juice inside. I'm not going to put it in right away. The next step, black pepper. You don't have to put it in right away, but it doesn't actually affect it too much if you do or if you don't. It's a Caesar salad, you want a decent amount. Now, you want Dijon. Very, very importante. Très important. You want it. This is the key to the emulsification along with the eggs. So, you want a teaspoonful. I put a little bit more. Why? I love Dijon. It also ensures that my emulsification will be great success. That was my Borat, by the way. So, different ways you can do this. You want to build a very strong base before you start adding any oil. That's how it basically starts. This oil, you're trickling it in very slowly, at least at the start. You're whisking. I'll show you both methods of whisking, the one I prefer and then the classical way. But basically you're getting your oil ready, because once the party starts, you can't really stop. There's also safe ways to do it, there's not so safe ways to do this, so I'm going to do my best to show you the best of ways. So, we're about good. Now, method number 1. Bam, bam, pop. You're whisking it like this. So you're doing kind of like figure 8s, I guess. And what you could also do is move the bowl. Keep in mind, this is the exact method how you're going to be doing a hollandaise, which I will make a video. This method is good. A lot of people do it. When I was at the hotel, some people did it. The way I prefer. Watch this, okay? Oh, wait. Okay, so I'm tipping my bowl over. You can see that by the gravity of the liquid. It's all here. So basically, you just do this. It's less work, but more precise movement, because it's all focused in one area, right? So guess what? You're going to have a much better product in less time. So how do we know when this is done? Basically, you're going to see a lot of foam. I don't know, you can't really see the foam too well, but you're going to see a lot of foam. Once it has a lot of foam, you're good to go, and you can get started. Now, this is the debatable part. This is the part where people make mistakes and they break. So, if you're doing it this method, you're throwing in the oil, and then you're whisking it as fast as possible for it not to sit. The problem is when it sits is your worst enemy. That's what breaks this solution. I'll show you this way. So I'm gonna pretend my bowl's like this. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Which is a better method that I should have did from before. I'm gonna put the rag underneath, so it'll give it that tilting effect without me having to try so hard. Look. Oh, look, I'm whisking hands-free! Okay, so, what you're doing? You're adding a little bit of this at a time. Now, I could judge what's too little or not enough. See, when you don't see the rim anymore of the oil, it's inside. It's safe. I'm gonna give you an example. I put in the oil like this. See, look, I shouldn't even be sealing it, but look. You see the separation? That's bad. You don't want that. You do not add any oil if the separation is not gone. So some people, what they do is this way. They'll add in a little bit at a time, and they'll keep mixing. What I do, I add in bigger amounts, but once. It's safer. You have a less chance of something breaking, and your results will be better. No stress. No need to be stressed. The further you get along in this, the safer it is. So you can start adding in more and more and more. Just keep in mind your ratios. That's about it. Now, I'm going to tilt it a little bit more, because the tilt is starting to lose. It's starting to get more and more this way, and I don't want that. It didn't separate yet. Means they're doing a pretty good job. So, putting a little bit more. When it first hits the pan, you want to kind of do this movement to grab it all. You don't want to wait for it to trickle down. So, example, look how much I'm putting in. A crazy amount. I swirl it, and then I do it. You see what I did? Why I did it? I show you guys all the tricks because I love you very much. And, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So now, I'm going to add in a little bit more, and then I'm going to start adding in all the other ingredients. But it's pretty much good to go. It's a decent amount of oil. The ratio is going to be freaking sexy. So, I'm not going to throw in everything at once. I'll start off with the anchovy oil, because oil is oil. It's not gonna make much of a difference. So that's done. That's out of the way. Next, I'm gonna throw in a little bit more lemon juice. Next, throw in the anchovies. Oh yeah. Now, what's gonna make it very thick is the Parmesan as well, but that's gonna come very soon. Look at that! Look how nice! Look how nice it's getting. You guys can't even see it that good, but like, look how nice and chunky and the little sparks that's coming out. Next, I'm gonna throw in the garlic. Man, look at these fingers. They're nice and dirty. I'm almost done actually. The major thing I got added now is the Parmesan. And yeah, I'm just gonna wipe my hands. Lemon zest. That's one thing I forgot. I'm not gonna put a crazy amount. Or maybe we're gonna put about this one. Maybe that's even a bit too much. But it's not a big deal. Oh man, it's a nice like floral lemony kind of smell. It's awesome. Notice how thick it's getting. Now that it's getting a little bit thicker, kind of a little bit of Worcester. Remember, I'm eyeballing it, but ideally you guys want to try and find a recipe. And then if you see the one that works, just stick with it. It'll be with you the rest of your lives. I theoretically already have a recipe somewhere from the hotel, but it's like archived somewhere. And yeah. So the Parmesan, I'm not going to throw in all at once. I don't want clumps. So, throw in a little bit at a time. And you want a good amount. It helps with the thickness, the saltiness, and yeah. You're adding a lot of saltiness. Like I said, I'm going to repeat it again. Do not add salt. Because if you need more salt, you're making cream of salt at that point. By the way, this smells fantastic. It's nice and chunky. It's awesome. Now, I'm going to put in the rest of the caper juice. Oh my god. It smells fantastic, guys. Give it a nice extra whisk. Get it nice and foamy. Now, there's a lot of ways to like whisk. This is the way I prefer, using more of your muscles here. But like, oh god, yeah. I don't like it extra thick. Some people like the sauce extra thick, but then you have a hard time with spreading. So right now I'm adding the oregano that I don't have, and I'm adding the parmesan, the basil as well. I'm also going to be adding a bit more black pepper because I noticed visually there's not a crazy amount. Oh yeah. Oh god. Let me give it a little bit of a taste. Definitely needs more parm. There's a decent amount of parm in this recipe, by the way. And I might have put a tad too much actual oil. Yeah, but you see, look how much is helping. And for me, it doesn't have enough bite. I also want a little bit thicker. So I'm adding a little bit more Dijon. This will definitely help it thicken up. Yeah, look, you can even see, look, it's pushing from the sides. It's starting to really ripple. Yeah. This is about where I want it. my god. Oh, it's freaking good. Oh. So guys, I recommend highly that you go through a recipe. But this is how you make a Caesar. Super easy, super simple. Anyone here could do it. So I hope you liked the video. I love each and every single one of you. You're all awesome. I can't wait to do more videos for you guys. Like and subscribe at the bottom if you like what you saw. And there's many more to come. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.